Hello children, good morning. Today we will discuss about remaining part of periodic table. In the previous class I told you all the main characteristic properties of transition element, representative element, inner transition element. One more type of element we all know, it is inert gas. So we will discuss the main characteristic property of inert gas. The main characteristic property of inert gas. Right? Let's see. Main characteristic property of inert gas. Right? If we talk about inert gas, they are also known as zero group element or 18 group element or noble gases. They can be recognized as inert gas, zero group element, 18th group element, as well as noble gases. Their main characteristic properties are they have 8 electron into the outermost shell. They have 8 electrons. They have 8 electrons in the outermost shell. In the outermost shell. Right? Except helium, which have only 2 electrons. That's why helium follow the rule of duplet. Except helium, which have 2 electrons into the outermost shell. Right? That's why inert gases are stable, because they have either complete octet or duplet. Second property of noble gases is main characteristic property. Their combining capacity is zero. Combining capacity means valency. Their combining capacity is zero. Combining capacity or valency is zero. Right? We all know. That's why they are known as zero group element. That's why they are known as zero group element. They do not react with other element and are therefore inert. They do not. Why they are known as inert gas? Because they do not react with any other element. They do not react with other element. They do not react with other element. With other element. Therefore, they are known as inert gas. They are known as inert gas. Right? Clear? Property number fourth. All of them are gases. Okay? All of them are gases. All of them are gases. Right? So these are main characteristic property of noble gas. Again, we can see they have 8 electron in the outermost shell, except helium, which have 2 electron. That's why they are stable. Their combining capacity is zero, means valency is zero. That's why they are known as zero group element. They do not react with other element, therefore they are known as inert gases. Why they do not react with any other element? Because they have either complete octet or duplet. That's why they do not react with other element and known as inert gases. Right? All of them are gases. All of them are gases. Clear? Now come at next topic, which is all about bridge element. Next topic is bridge element. Let's see what is bridge element. Okay, so next topic is bridge element. Bridge element. What is bridge elements? Let's see. element of the second period show resemblance. Resemblance means similarity. So resemblance in the properties with element of next group of the third period. So there is some resemblance into the property of first period, second period and third period. What I told? Elements of the second period show resemblance properties with element of next group of the third period, right? And leading to a diagonal relationship. Such elements are called as bridge element. Okay, in very simple way we can say there is a cross relation, or you can say there is a cross relation in between the element of second group and second period and third period. This relationship is known as diagonal relation, and whatever elements are involved in such kind of relationship is known as bridge element. Okay, let's see. For example, second period means lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon. Third period, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon. Right? As per the definition what we have seen, there is a relation between the second period elements with the next group of third period element. So second period and third period. This is third period, this one is second period. Lithium is having resemblance property with the third period next group element magnesium, right? Beryllium is having resemblance property with aluminium. Boron is having resemblance property with silicon. So such kind of cross relation, you can see here, cross relation is known as diagonal relationship, and whatever elements are involved in such kind of relation is known as bridge element. I hope you people understood. Clear? Next one is another terminology related to this, typical element. Let's see what is typical elements. See, the element of third periods are known as typical element because they summarize the property of their respective groups and are called typical element. Okay, so third period elements, like in definition what you will write, the third period elements like sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur and chlorine summarize the property of their respective group. Summarize the properties of their respective group. Their respective groups, right, and are called as typical element. Right? So element of third period like sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur and chlorine. They summarize the property of their respective groups. That's why they are known as typical element. For example, let's see sodium. It is starting from sodium. So sodium represent the characteristic property of their group, means group number 1. They summarize the property of their respective groups. Respective group of sodium is group number 1. That's why they are known as, this is known as typical element. Magnesium summarize the property of second group. That's why they are known. It is known as typical element. Aluminium summarize the property of 13 group. That's why it is known as typical element. Similarly, silicon summarize the property of 14 group. Phosphorus 15, sulfur 16, chlorine 17. That's why they are known as typical element. So the element of third period which summarize the property of their respective groups are known as typical element. I hope you people understood the meaning of typical element. Okay. Now we will understand the merits of the modern periodic table. Merits of the modern periodic table. Merits of modern periodic table. Modern periodic table. Right? What are the advantages of modern periodic table? Very simple. Some main advantage we will learn here. The first merit of modern periodic table is it is based on atomic number, which is an better fundamental property compared to atomic mass. Right? So we can write it down. It is based on atomic number. Based on atomic number, which is most appropriate, which is, you can write it down, better, which is better fundamental property, which is better. Sorry for interruption. Actually, we were discussing merits of modern periodic table. I told you all first merit is it is based on atomic number, which is better fundamental property as compared to atomic mass. As compared to atomic mass. Right? Property number 2. Merit number 2. Position of an element in the table is related to its electronic configuration. Okay, whatever elements are positioned into the periodic table, it is related to its electronic configuration. We can say on the basis of electronic configuration, elements are placed into the periodic table. Position of an element in the table is related to its electronic configuration. Right? Position of elements in the periodic table is related with electronic configuration. In short, I am writing electronic configuration means elements are placed into the periodic table on the basis of electronic configuration. Their position is based on electronic configuration. Right? Next merit of modern periodic table is it shows regular changes in the property of element on moving across a period or down a group. Okay? It shows, I think number 3, it shows regular changes in the properties across the period or down a group, or down a group, right? It shows regular changes in the property of element when we move left to right, means across a period, or top to bottom, means down a group. So properties that reappear at an interval, regular interval, or in which there is a gradual variation, that is increase or decrease at a regular interval, are called as periodic property. You can see here in the point number 3 it is written that it shows regular changes in the property across the period or down a group. So whatever properties regularly change across a period or down a group, such kind of properties are known as periodic property. And you all know, you always remember, this gradual variation takes place at a regular interval of time. Okay, so this regular variation or changes in the property takes place at a regular interval of time, right? And the phenomena is known as periodicity of the element. Already I have told you all. So certain properties of the element reappear at a regular interval of time, which is called as periodic property, and this phenomena is known as periodicity. This phenomena is known as periodicity, right? What is the cause of periodicity? Question may come, what is the cause of periodicity? I hope periodicity people understood. What is the cause of periodicity? So cause of periodicity is reoccurrence of similar electronic configuration. Cause of periodicity is reoccurrence of periodicity. Cause of periodicity is reoccurrence of similar electronic configuration. Reoccurrence of similar electronic configuration. Similar electronic configuration. I hope you people understood. What is merits of the modern periodic table? One more topic is remaining, that is defect of the modern periodic table. Defect. So it is very short, we can discuss. What is defect of the modern periodic table? Let's see defect. Merit we have discussed. Now what are the defects of modern periodic table? If we talk about defects of modern periodic table, the first point is position of hydrogen is still the matter of conflict. Position of hydrogen. Position of hydrogen is the first defect of modern periodic table. Okay, modern periodic table could not explain the position of hydrogen as it is having the property of both group number 1 and 17, right? Point number 2, defect number 2, it fails to accommodate the inner transition element in the main body, means accommodation of inner transition element. Accommodation of inner transition element. Scientists could not explain the position of lanthanide and actinides into the main body of the periodic table. Modern periodic table could not accommodate the inner transition element, that is the lanthanides and actinides, into the main body of the periodic table. These are the defects of the modern periodic table. Two defects I told you all. Position of hydrogen is still not satisfactory as it is property relate to both group number 1 and group number 17. Second, I told you all, it fails to accommodate the inner transition element, that is the lanthanides and actinides, into the main body of the periodic table. Clear? I hope you people understood. Today we discussed about the main characteristic property of inert gases. Then after I told you all what are the bridge elements, typical elements, and we discussed today merits and defects of the modern periodic table. Clear? So that's all for today. In the next class, we will discuss about general characteristic of the modern periodic table. That will be the last topic. Clear? So, thanks for today's class.